So I recently got into homebrewing, and being the overly ambitious person that I am, I decided to write a recipe before mastering any of the basics. So I'm going to show you how I made this chai spiced ginger beer. It's brew diary number 1. Here's what I used. You'll find a complete list in the description if you get lost. Fresh ginger, dry malt extract, cardamon seeds, star anise, cloves, peppercorn, cinnamon, lemon zest, and half a packet of Safale S-04 for that beery taste. I started by chopping and blending the ginger into a fine pulp, and then adding about 4.5 litres of water to this stock pot. While I was waiting for the water to reach boiling point, I just went ahead and added the pulpy ginger and the malt extract. Once all the sugars had mixed in and completely dissolved, I shot this sexy B-roll whilst waiting for it to boil, and then let it do its thing for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I popped the chai spices into this thing, and when my 5-minute timer went off, I submerged it and threw in the lemon zest that I almost forgot about, letting it boil for about 20 more minutes. Then adding the sugar in the last minute, which I also forgot. After all that, I had to chill it, and the best way I have to do that right now is with a sink full of icy water. It's kind of like watching paint dry, but what can you do? When it was good to go, I poured it into this carboy and it was ready for fermentation. Now, I know there's a better way to prepare a yeast, but I was getting impatient, so I just poured the yeast straight into the brew and zhuzhed it around in slow motion. I sealed it up, left it in the dark, and came back to it in 2 weeks' time. After some rigorous off-screen bottle and equipment cleaning, I siphoned the brew back into the stock pot using this cheesecloth mesh to catch any gunk. The reason I did this was to bulk prime with this solution that was made up of 100 ml of water and 2 tablespoons of sugar. That was going to help the ginger beer carbonate in the bottle, but I can tell you right now that I probably should have used just a bit more priming sugar. When the carboy was empty, I placed the pot on higher ground and gave it a good stir, making it ready to bottle. In the end, the mixture yielded 9 Grolsch bottles. A Grolsch bottle is 450 ml, so that meant we made just over 4 litres of ginger beer. It was a long 2 weeks to wait, but here's the verdict. As I was alluding to earlier, some bottles weren't as carbonated as others, but there was still this nice sort of effervescence about it all. To the nose, the scent wasn't as strong as I'd like, but the chai spices were a lovely addition nonetheless. I think the cardamom and pepper shone through the most, with each sip giving quite a spicy backbone. This spice mellowed out with age and was at its best around 2 months after bottling. The malt extract and choice of yeast added that beery quality that I just needed, and I'd recommend this ginger beer if you like farmhouse ales or if you're not a fan of regular beer. Cheers! And thanks for watching this video. I was inspired to make this diary/tutorial series so that I can receive feedback from experienced homebrewers, whilst hopefully inspiring a few beginners like me to push on and get creative. Let me know if you tried anything in this video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.